up, guys? It's your boy Vic. I'm over here with my boy Josh right now at Sheets after a hangout session over at Ooh-Wee. We're just hanging out right now. And about to bring to you today this vampire deck profile. Let's get it.
What up, people? Like I said, my name is Josh. This is my deck profile from YCS Secaucus. I know it's really late. For those of you that seen the article or that read the round 5 feature match, I went against Doki Nightmare, and I was the guy that surprised everybody because I showed how the combos work, and I was running a super spicy text. So we started off pretty much every vampire deck's main boss monster. You gotta have 3 old boy here. He actually was the reason why I won game 1. I had a Vampire Familiar in grave, and I had a Fraulein in hand and a Fraulein in grave. And what I was going to do was summon him, special the Fraulein from grave, and drop the other Fraulein in the battle phase. But what I ended up doing was discarding him to special the Fraulein back from my grave. But my opponent, my mess up became a strength in that match. So I run 3 of him. Only run 2 Frauleins. 3 is kind of a brick in this deck, even though she is probably the most important vampire in the deck. She's the vampire honest. I should also state that he is the monster reborn for a vampire in your grave by paying 1,000, but it can't attack. So if you summon this and this is in your grave, you just bring this in defense mode. It doesn't really matter. But she is the breadwinner of the deck. So her effect, you pay life points up to 3,000 to boost any zombie monster you control when it's battling a monster. So if you have 2 of these on the field, you can pay 6,000 life points to give your monster 6,000 attack and defense. And like the other vampires in the deck, she has that if it destroys a monster and it goes to the graveyard, you can special summon it at the end of the battle phase. But chances are she's not killing anything. One vampire vamp, because Vampire Relinquish. This card is like really nutty. So if it's in the grave off of something stupid like you discarded for like Retainer or Familiar, and you special it off a Scourge, you use Domain for an additional normal summon and like normal or Familiar, this can just relinquish up a monster your opponent controls. Red Baron, because he's the Monarch, and he's also a creature swap on the deck.
He is a monarch.
Yeah, people absolutely were confused as to why Monarch Stormforth was in Dark Saviors, and then you look at his stats and they're just like, oh, he's a level 6 Dark Monster with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense. Congratulations, vampires now have a Monarch.
Yeah, so like basically he's like a creature, and he's also like a creature swap that basically you target a bonus monster, you target
a vampire I control and swap him. Shadow Vampire. Alright. So I was really skeptical about this one at first, and the reason why is because I had his effect mixed up with Duke. So this one, when normal summon, you can special summon any vampire from your deck. But the catch is that that monster cannot attack this turn.
A lot of their effects that involve special summoning from the decks is like they can't attack.
I'm sorry. No other monster you control can attack that turn except the monster you summon off of him. So what you do is you normal Shadow, special Scourge from your deck, special from the grave, or special from the grave, or special from the grave.
So primarily, in your opinion, that's a better card if you're going first, right?
This is, if I'm going first, I want to open this. Mm-hmm. And like if I can normal summon this and not have like the Ash Blossom or anything to worry about, then I'm good. Plus, he's the only vampire in the deck whose effect doesn't cost life points to activate.
Yeah.
Because he's from Shadow Specters. 2 Retainers. I tried it at 3 before Secaucus. 3 was But I learned that 2 is really good in the deck. Retainer pretty much, he searches spells and traps. And he gets you by far the best card in the deck in Vampire's domain. Because of all the targets in the deck your opponents want to get rid of, they're going to want to get rid of that card. Plus, I can discard any of them or send it from that field to special this from the grave, but he'll get banished. Except against my one opponent who decides to flip Imperial Iron Wall versus me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I just was like, okay, I'm going off.
You were just like, thank you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, cool. Vampire Familiar. It's the same as Retainer, only this searches monsters. So if you want to get up a lot of your key combo cards or your key monsters to start them searching, this is the next best one for that. And as a level 1, it seems really weird, but it's like it's a Link Karibo target. I've seen people use this and go into the rank 1 Sylvan monster. I forget what her name is. The one she excavates
Princess
spells and
Sprite?
yes, Princess Sprite.
I was like, what's he talking about? Mizuki, everybody knows what that does.
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows that.
Solitaire,
Everybody knows that.
You open up with Solitaire, that's Unizombie, that's game.
My spell lineup. The best card in the deck. This is what won me game 1 versus Nightmare Goki.
It's Vampire's domain.
So, you pay 500, you get an additional normal summon. And then it has the and for those who don't know, even if this card leaves the field, you still get the additional normal summon. So,
snap.
it's
Really?
not like Seraphonite or any of those where it can be negated. Like, you activate this and your opponent Cosmic Cyclones it, unless they negate the effect or negate the activation.
So it's a perfect Twin Twister bait.
Yeah.
Pop it. That's okay.
But it's the second effect that is what makes this card busted. So whenever a vampire monster deals damage to your opponent, doesn't have to be through a monster, it can be a direct attack. You gain that much life. Triple Allure because, well, Allure needs to be at more than 3. So, Call by the Grave. The Hand Trap Killer.
True.
That's true.
2 Vampire Desires. This is the weirdest card ever. Because it's part level manipulation, for those who were around in the GX era. And it's also like a kind of a monster reincarnation, monster reborn kind of thing. Burial from a different dimension. Mizuki is not a once per turn. So I can use all 3 Mizukis, activate this, put all 3 Mizukis back in my grave, activate them again, and then do that. It's like 9 Mizukis in 1 turn. I know, it's stupid, it's a horrendous idea, but 2 Book of Life. And then Monster Reborn.
What just happened? Did you just see that card bounce?
It just decided to bounce, it didn't want to reveal itself. Dragon's Mirror.
He's like, I don't want you to show.
So that's my Dragon's Mirror target. Dragon, Necro, Nether Soul Dragon. It requires 2 zombies. It seems...
That's freaking
You're gonna
crazy.
have to explain that effect. Probably.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna know what that is.
I was about
So
to say,
its
like-
effect is that any monster it battles isn't destroyed by battle. Instead, at the start of damage step, that monster's attack becomes 0. Yeah.
Matt's sleeve is so clear in the video.
That monster's attack becomes 0, and I get a token that's a copy of that monster's attack and defense as long as it had an original level.
That's freaking crazy, dude.
So I run 2 Vampire Domination. Or sorry, 3. I'm sorry, I can't count right now. I'm tired. Pretty much, it's Infinity Barrier, and if I pop off a monster, I gain life points. So it's really good for that aspect. And it's searchable. This is why I got the feature match. 2 Super Team Buddy Force Unites. Yes, that super shitty secret trap card from Flames of Destruction is actually busted. So, you target a monster on the field, you special summon a monster from your hand or field, or hand or graveyard, whose type and attribute is the same as the monster, but a different name. So you have a Vampire Familiar in your graveyard and you have Scarlet Scourge, you target Scourge, you get special to Familiar, and then you pay 500 and you can add Furling to your hand. So then you're safe for next turn. Or vice versa. Like, it's really stupid on that aspect. And then if it's set against pop, you can set another copy of it directly from your deck on top of chaining it.
That's stupid.
My extra deck, you've already seen my one fusion monster.
That song gun. That's crazy.
In terms of Xyz monsters, I run one Bram. I haven't had to make him that often, or as often as I would think that I would have to make him. 2 Sheridan. So he's like
What
Bram.
the hell is his name? Dampier
Vampire Sheridan. So his effect is detach a material, target a card on the field, send it to the graveyard. And then, if a monster was destroyed by battle or card effect, or sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can attach a material and special summon one of those monsters.
Ow.
One Beatrice. Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. Coral Dragon. I mean, it's a dragon tuner and a synchro. Discard a card, pop a card. This is really safe for zombies. Discard Mizuki, pop a card. This is the other card how I can make Zolkin in this deck. Shiranui Samurai Saga. FA Dawn Dragster. I don't really need a statewide Dawn Dragster. In here, it's a free MST, Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone, whatever I need it to be.
Negates, right?
It negates and destroys. Deals. Because why not play the other premium gold dragon from that set? Shiranui Sun Saga. This is primarily in there. I have a Zombie World variant of the deck, which then turns all of these guys into zombies, which makes his effect really good. And like you summon this, target these 4, they go back to extra decks, you can pop 4 cards on the field.
Yeah.
So I run 2 of these.
2 Vampire Suckers.
Nobody in my locals wanted them, so I was picking them up for like $1 a piece, sometimes $2.
And that's crazy because they're like $10 a piece.
Well, at Sir Caucus, they were $15 a piece.
Oh man.
I moved 18 of them while there. Yeah, do the math, YouTube. One Topologic Trispania. At the small price of special summoning a vampire to one of her arrows, primarily like familiar or whatnot, I can banish all spells and traps on the field and burn my opponent for a lot. Like this really, really hurts Alt-Tech guys a lot. Paleo too. And then the one Bomber Dragon. So Bomber Dragon was the late addition to it because a friend of mine had told me, you really want to piss off your opponent, you make a Bomber Dragon and then synchro a Beals there. Beals can't be destroyed by battle or card effects.
That's
So you're just like, okay, I have 6,000 damage on board. Yeah,
not
no,
including
isn't
how
going to
many
go
attack
anywhere.
he gains.
Well, no, that's only if he battles like Utopia to Lightning, like if they're stupid enough to swing at Beals with Lightning, and it's like, oh, well, you take 2,000 points of damage. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now Beals has 5,000 attack.
Yeah.
And your Lightning doesn't have any more material, so it's going to die. My deck was pretty straightforward. It was just hate.
DD Crow.
Yep. So Sky Strikers like to add engage to their hand a lot. I like to say, no, you're not getting the engage.
Snow Rabbit.
Ghost Ogre. The Altergeist Killer.
And Sky Striker kill if you play it before the field hits.
Well, that's where the other card comes in. The
Red
other,
reboot.
yeah, this card is too stupid. I know I have enough. I'm gonna pay light points to do stuff in there. Why? The red reboot. This is kind of needed, and I was actually kind of hoping to play against the Pendulum guy.
Anti-Spoker. I hate that card.
So yeah, these two were just pretty much just shut down Pendulums or shut down Altergeist. Or actually shut down anything that needs to set Belgian traps. So like they beat over Sky Striker too.
That's crazy, dude.
But yeah, this is what I took to Secaucus. I will probably be at Nats with a different variant of it. I'll most likely end up playing the Zombie World variant because of I learned after the event that Vampire Sucker is a Monarch Stormforce for vampires. So I can tribute my opponent's zombie monsters
No, yeah.
for the tribute summon of a vampire that I control.
Yeah.
What was your record at the original?
I went 2-2-1 at Secaucus. My draw actually came in round 5, and I was just like, I just dropped after that. It was like I didn't have a chance at topping. And I played around with friends and did a few side events. And I actually got approached by a few other people who see me playing the vampires and was just like, how did you make them work, and like what's something that I could do differently with the deck? I probably would up the Unizombie engine if I could do anything different with the deck. But I was happy with it. It performed the way I was expecting it to. My toughest matches the entire day was Fur Hire in round 2 when I summoned the Nether Soul Dragon to win that one, and the feature match was my toughest one. But that was only because of time constraints, really.
That last phase.
It wasn't even that. It was like his turns were just taking really long. It was like his turn 1, like you read the article, it doesn't seem like it was that long, but it was like 17 minutes was his turn 1.
I'd have been heated.
I beat him in under 90 seconds when my turn started. So,
Anyways, bro, thank you for the deck profile.
no problem, man. I'm going to probably do some more, and probably, like I said, I'm going to end up tweaking it a little bit here and there. Yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on it and let you know how it's working.
Alright, bro. Thank you. That was Vampire deck profile, guys. Anyways, till next time, peace.
Yeah.